Coming out, there we go. Good morning and welcome to Vision. I'm so glad to see you all here. And those of you joining us online, welcome. We're glad you're choosing to spend some time with us this morning. Let's stand up and get this party started, shall we?
Place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome here.
I did that. Sorry, sound guys. Good morning. Welcome to Vision. I'm so glad to see you here this morning. We're having a wonderful day, are we not? I love that. Let's pray in. I give great thanks for this day right here, this gift from Spirit, knowing that it is just one of a kind. Never was before, will never be again. And we are here to enjoy it, to explore it, to absolutely know of ourselves as that individualized expression of Spirit that has created everything and continues to create. I know it is all God, and I know it is all good. I give great thanks for everyone here, for those online, for those on their way, for each and every one that is a member of this community of the heart called Vision, knowing that we support each other, we know the truth for each other, and we absolutely are in love. In love with Spirit, in love with each other, in love with life. I give great thanks for all of this good, and simply let it be. And so it is. So it is. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Great, fabulous, wonderful, awesome. I love that. More of that, please, right? Well, here's the way you get more of that. We have practitioners sitting around the room. They are licensed in compassionate listening and healing prayer, and they're here to serve us. Please raise your hands, practitioners and ministers. These people, look around the room. These people are here to serve you and absolutely love you into your wholeness because you're that already. You are that already. And what spiritual mind treatment, what affirmative prayer does is reveal it. Ernest Holmes said we reveal the truth. It's been there all along. So if you've come with anything on your heart today, please get prayer. Right after the celebration, all of these beautiful divine people who are here knowing the truth for you, just tag one of them and say, I love prayer support, and they're here to do that. For our Vision community online, do the same thing. Come to the meet and greet room after the celebration. We have practitioners there as well, and you can go into a breakout room and get one-on-one prayer as well. If there's anything on your heart that you need to know the truth about, that's what we do. We just go to a practitioner, and the healing and the revealing is there. I know my fabulous and wonderful practitioner 2 teacher from years and years and years ago 1999. Holy moly. Anyway, she said, anything that takes you out of the holy instant is worthy of prayer. That is just wonderful, and it's truth. And so get prayer, because you know those things that bug you, that's taking you out of the holy instant. So please do that. I also have a guest packet here. And look, I have it here this week. I don't know if you were here last week, but it was like missing in action. It was like invisible. But here it is. This is our guest packet. It tells you who we are as a spiritual community, gives you a little background info on Centers for Spiritual Living, a faith, philosophy, and tradition that has been around since, I think, 1919, if I'm not mistaken. I think Ernest Holmes formalized it in the 1920s, but, you know, it's just been around forever and always. It's a new thought faith tradition, very much like unity and divine science, and it is religious science. It is science of mind and spirit, and you'll just get to know all about it by just being here. This little packet gives you the overview. Get one. Even if you are already a member, pick one up, see what's inside. It might surprise you. You might find something you didn't know. And if you know everything in there, give it to a friend and invite them to Vision so that we can share the love. Yay, I love that. And we have a greeting on the front. You know it, I know it. We're going to say it to remind ourselves, and we're going to say it for our guests, and we're going to say it for you guys online. And you say it on online guests and friends and family. Say it out loud so that you can just kind of ground in the truth of it as well. You ready? You with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. And before we go into our centering song to prepare for meditation, I'd love for you to turn to somebody and welcome them to Vision and give them your name. Maybe make lunch plans, whatever. I love that. We're such a chatty bunch. I just love that we just jump right in, right? You see, Ernest Holmes always said, a friend, what did he say? A stranger is just a friend I haven't met yet. I love that. And now we're friends. I'm going to turn it over to the celebration singers now. Thank you.
God is able, more than able, to accomplish what concerns me today. God is able, more than able, to handle anything that comes my way. God is able, more than able, to do much more than I could ever dream. God is able, more than able, to be my life abundant and free. God is able, more than able, to accomplish what concerns me today. God is able, more than able, to handle anything that comes my way. God is able, more than able, to do much more than I could ever dream. God is able, more than able, to be my life abundant and free.
Good morning. My name is Reverend Sam Flynn. I'm a staff minister here at Vision. And now is our time for meditation and quiet. So we'll have a couple of quotes, and we'll have some quiet time. Our time will be marked by the bowl ringing. Thank you, TK, for doing that. And then we'll have a prayer after that. So if you'd like to settle back in your seats and just relax, take a deep breath. And our quotes today, the first one from Eckhart Tolle: always say yes to the present moment. Surrender to what is, say yes to life, and see how life starts suddenly to start working for you rather than against you. And from our founder, Ernest Holmes, I surrender all fear, doubt, or uncertainty and accept the gift of life today. And so just knowing that there is one life, one power, one grace, one very special energy that we call God, that we call Spirit, that is that place within that we have communed with just now, that simple expression, that givingness of love that is so good. And so I know that I'm one with that expression right here and right now, that we are all here together. Come together in that union that is always there, that is always life expressing. And so I know that is right here and right now. And so I know in that simple quote that we shared today, accept the gift of life, from Ernest Holmes, there is so much there to accept, to say yes, to always allow, to receive that gift that is always giving, to say yes to life that is always there, showing itself freely and fully, the good that is love. And to do that today, right now, always there, always present, ever giving, always saying yes. This is God, this is Spirit. This is what we know, this is what we share right now. This is why we come together in community, to see in each other that gift living itself as each one of us individually expressing that experience of life, that divine givingness unto itself. And so what I know for each one of us today, it is that love empowered through that vision that is living through us, experiencing abundance, empowerment, grace, beauty, all of those qualities that we speak of in word, we feel in that silence that we shared together today, and just allow it to become larger and larger, fuller and fuller with each and every moment, with each and every breath that we take. This is what I know for each one of us today. I accept it now. I claim it. I know it. I speak it out in this word, knowing that the universe has accepted already that fullness of life and has given it. And by coming together today, we all say yes. Yes, in community, we share it together and leave this place individually, experiencing and sharing that divine one that has called it into form right here and right now. So I say yes to this word, for I know that is how the universe has already responded. And so I give thanks, knowing it is already so, and I release it now. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is. Our next guest will be blowing in like fresh air in the room. So he's folky, but he's not a monk, because he gets around to all the establishments in Southern California. A revered performer. You can go to the desert. You can go to Palm Desert and hear him on Sundays quite often. So, and also before every game, every Padres home game, you can go hear some baseball songs, and he's a tradition himself. Joe Rathburn.
Thanks for that eloquent introduction. And well-timed, too. Yeah. Good morning. This song is about the windows to your soul, your eyes. Here I am inside my house, walls around me, feeling cozy, being quiet as a mouse to keep the world away. I don't go out, it's too crazy. Please don't make me, please don't make me, so I waste another day. Hey, 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 through these windows, think I could fly like a bird. Through these windows, I hear this voice, and I hang on every word. Here I am inside my car, rolling down the road to somewhere. Could be near, could be far, I can't say. And I don't even know who's driving. Could be me or that voice out there. Both will help me find my way. Hey, hey, hey. Ah, but through these windows, I feel the wind on my face. Through these windows, I see all these signs telling me this ain't a race. Looking at you, looking at me, I can see some fear and dread keeping us apart. Through that wall I see an answer. It's coming up just like a sunrise. It's just a smile, but it's a start. Hey, hey, hey. Through these windows, you could see my soul if you tried. Through these windows, I can see yours too. We will see things eye to eye. Through these windows, we can throw our shackles away. Through these windows, I see the light of a new and brighter day. Thank you very much. Mark Danishowski on the accordion.
Well, we've had quite a busy couple of months, haven't we? The theme for April is the power of vulnerability. And that's a tough one for us to really work through, isn't it? It's like, I don't know, I'll just speak for myself. It's difficult for me to be vulnerable, right? You want to be in charge and, know what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. And it comes on the heels of March's theme, which was cultivating authenticity, which was like another really tough one that you have to go deep into. And today we're discussing surrender. Yay! Right? Putting those two things together, just like, But I was thinking about it all this week, and I thought, that's what we do here at Vision. We do this deep work. We do the deep work of growing in consciousness. And maybe we do it in humor. I like to do it in humor. I like to do funny. Sometimes we have fun while we're doing it. Sometimes there are loud moments. Sometimes there are quiet moments in which we transform. but we take everything to use to do that transformational work. And it is deep, and it is, sometimes it's tough to do. And sometimes we're just planting the seeds, aren't we? Sometimes we're just planting the seeds, and transformation changes over a long period of time. And sometimes we have those water to wine moments, don't we? Where everything is just totally different in an instant, and your life is never the same. But we hang in there. As a group, we're together here as a spiritual community to do this work. Practical spirituality, it says it right up there, on the banner that's up. It says we're here to transform lives through this practical spirituality. And it is deep work, and it is difficult work. And we said yes to it, and I know that we did because you're here. You would not be here sitting in this room listening to these talks if you did not already say yes to the deep transformational work. So that we come together, and we are brave enough, and we are vulnerable enough, and we are strong enough to look at the things in our lives that are no longer serving us, so that we can replace them with some greater good that can then manifest and outpicture as the conditions of our lives. And it all begins in consciousness. And we know that, and that's why we're here. It all begins in consciousness. But we first surrender, the title of the talk. We must first surrender to the things we're already carrying around with us, yes? Because we're carrying a bunch of stuff around with us. In order to accept a greater good expressing in our lives, we have to dump the old stuff that's no longer serving us. To become a greater expression of who we are, we have to jettison the old stuff. We have to let go of the old stuff before we can accept the new stuff. And that's a hard thing to do. There's a lot of us like clutching, right? And just hanging on to old stuff that doesn't serve us. You know, I was thinking about our landlord here. I don't know if you know, he owns lots of these properties around in this area. And one of the things he owns is that A1 storage. You know, that one that's like just down the road a bit? Well, I was thinking about when I was writing this surrender talk, because storage is a weird concept, all of its own, right? The idea that we have so much stuff, we need to rent a place outside of our home so that we can store more stuff, right? It's a strange business, and it's a business that did not even exist until 1960. Yep. But as of December 2022, 2.63 billion square feet of rentable storage space. Over 51,000 different storage facilities owned by over 30,000 different companies, making more than $29 billion in annual revenue just to store the stuff we've outgrown, don't use anymore, but refuse to let go of. What the hell? This is a symptom, right? This is a symptom. This is the outer manifestation of an inner consciousness. Remember, the outer is just a reflection of the inner consciousness. That stuff in storage is just the outer. It's just a reflection. We don't use it. We haven't seen it for years. We don't need it, but we can't part with it. We refuse to let it go, even though it no longer serves us. Right? And yet we absolutely know that we cannot accept the new into our lives, into our space, unless we let go of the old. No new wine in old skins, right? We know this. In the philosophy of Ernest Holmes, he said, change is the only thing that is permanent. The only thing we can say of anything that looks static is, this too shall pass away. If it were not so, the infinite would get caught up in its own mold. God would be stopped by God's own creation, and creativity would be absorbed by that creation. So we know it must change. And because we are that, we must change. And the answer is to surrender for good. Right? So I mean surrender forever, right? Surrender for good. All right, I'm going to do this for good forever. But it also means surrender for our good. Surrender for the greater good that we can manifest after we let go of the old. But we have to let go of the old first. You can't accept something if you're grasping onto something else. We can't do it. We have to let go of the old to accept our good and the good that we are and the good that we desire, the greater expression of spirit that we know that we are, that we want to express in the world. And I'm not talking about surrender like giving up, right? I'm not talking about the white flag. La, 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 la. That's quitting. I'm not talking about quitting. I'm never, ever talking about quitting. It is important to realize the difference between quitting and surrendering, right? Quitting involves no hope for future growth, while surrendering opens the door to future growth. By definition, these are my definitions anyway, by definition, giving up is to cease making an effort, to resign yourself to failure, to quit, to stop, to resign, to withdraw, right? Surrender is to abandon oneself entirely to a power greater than we are, to give oneself over to something greater. Spirit is the truth of who we are, and Spirit has a greater idea of who we are and what we are, and we need to trust that. Surrender involves continuing to make those small steps, those small action steps when appropriate, while giving up means just shifting all of your energy someplace else, right? I'll just do this instead. Clearly, I'm not getting anything done over there. And our faith tradition does not talk about giving up, but surrendering to that greater idea of what our lives can become. That's wonderful. That's awesome. And sometimes it takes giving up to get to surrender. Did you ever have that happen? Holy moly, that's painful. That's like that dark night of the soul thing, that point where you cannot think of another thing to do. That's the point where Spirit rushes in and fills the space. When we invite it in to do that. When we invite it in. Abraham Lincoln wrote, "I have been driven many times to my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go." That is like so emotional. I had nowhere else to go, right? We know this one. Nothing works. Nothing works. And we are driven to our knees. And he goes on to say, "My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for the day." We know that one, right? When all else fails, pray. Is Spirit your steering wheel or your spare tire? We always make it a last resort. I've tried everything I can think of. Gee, now maybe I'll give it to God. Giving up does lead to surrender when we let it and when we don't use prayer first. Ernest Holmes in Creative Living said, if we identify ourselves with Source and perform the act, we may know that our world establishes eternal harmony, transforms everything, rearranges everything to our benefit. It is an act of complete surrender, the human to the divine, without the loss of the human. And aren't we afraid of that? We're afraid of that, right? That's kind of what holds us back a lot of times from just throwing off all the moorings and just abandoning into Spirit. We're afraid that there'll be a loss of our individuality. But he says, no, that's not true. Without the loss of human form. It is the act of complete inflowing of the divine into the human without the limitation of the divine. Oh, you're capable of anything. You're capable of anything. We are capable of anything, right? And so what do? We do the I've done everything I can, now let's pray. No, pray first. Pray first. When something happens, pray first. Sometimes we live our lives thinking we're in charge. Too funny. Controlling all the aspects of our day, don't we? We could try to control all the aspects. We are plotters, and we are planners, and we are schedulers. I had a 1-year plan, and I have a 5-year plan, and I had a 10-year plan. Anybody with me? Anybody do that thing? Okay. You know that old joke about how you make God laugh? Tell God your plans. Yeah, tell him your plans. Tell him, her, it. Tell this principle that has created everything and continues to create, tell it, this principle, your plans. Because we're very good at being in control. Well, we are not, however, in charge. And that makes a big difference. I'm in control of my life. I'm in control. I choose the foods that I eat. I choose where I go on vacation. I choose what outfit I wear. Lovely. Okay? I choose, what days I come into work and what days I have off. But I'm not in charge. I'm just not in charge. And here's the difference. Okay, all right, here's the difference. When I was pregnant with my first child, that wonderful young man sitting in the back of the room, Adrian, when I was pregnant with him, I took childbirth classes with Larry. We took childbirth classes, he. Okay, learned how to breathe. All right, whatever, you get the idea. Larry and I attended every class. I got an A+. I'm not a bit of an overachiever here, right? Anyway, we passed with flying colors. We became experts on breathing, blowing, pushing, holding. The whole time, the whole 9 yards, right? We're prepared. The only part of childbirth I did not pay attention to in that class was the C-sections. I didn't pay attention at all. I was there, but I didn't pay attention at all to the section on C-sections because that was not going to be my birth experience. I was in control of the whole thing. What doctor I chose, what hospital I was going to give birth at, the outfit the newborn was going to go home wearing, right? The baby seat that we bought for the back seat. I was in control of all of it. I just was not in charge. And Adrian was the cutest little baby boy delivered by C-section that anyone had ever seen. And I may be biased, but yeah, I was in control. I was not in charge. See the difference? When we keep our eye on the outcome, the how is up to spirit. We make all the choices all along the way, and the how delivers, in this case literally, delivers our good. Its way. Its way. And it was perfect. Healthy baby, happy baby. The end goal was absolutely positively achieved. Spirit's way. Spirit's in charge of the how. Ernest Holmes said this, he said, we give up all fear, surrender all doubt, let go of all uncertainty. We know that there is no confusion and no lack of confidence. We know that what is ours shall see us, claim us, know us, and rush to us. Isn't that so reassuring? We don't have to find it. We don't have to look for it. We don't have to agonize over it. We don't have to try to will it. It rushes to us. When we give up all thoughts of fear, it rushes to us. Surrendering for good, for our good, means surrendering to our good. The good that then can manifest itself in our experience, leaving no room in our consciousness for plan Bs, or what ifs, or in case ofs, or if that doesn't happen then, right? Giving all of that up, all those doubts, all those fears, all those uncertainties. Like Ernest Holmes said, we give up thinking about all of that. And what is ours rushes in to greet us because we're open and available and ready. We give up thinking about all that. We give up thinking about all of the negatives, all the what ifs, and our good rushes in to greet us. Ernest Holmes wrote an article in Science Mind magazine in 1951, Blending the Human and the Divine. I love it. He said, true surrender is a willingness to give up that which contradicts the life of spirit. Hate, antagonism, resistance, resentment, fear, doubt, uncertainty, and confusion. This must take place if the Spirit is to greatly incarnate in us. We have to be those beacons of clear water, whatever, of clear thinking, of clear energy. Surrender for good. That's the title of this talk. Surrender for good, your good. The good that can manifest through you if you let it. The good that Spirit already has given to you, yet you haven't accepted yet as yours. Surrender for good. Give up any thoughts you hold of not deserving it, not being good enough, not being young enough, not being enough, right? Fill in the blank. We have a whole list of reasons why we cannot have our good. Keep your eyes lifted. That's from Emma Curtis Hopkins. She always said, keep your eyes lifted, because that's the spiritual plane. Keep your eyes lifted up to the spiritual plane. Keep your mind focused on the highest good. Keep your emotions on what feels good to your body. And keep your feet moving in the direction of your greatest good. Surrender for good. Surrender for your good. Surrender for the good you are. Surrender to the good that you are. Because you are that. You are the good of God. Thank you.
Well, I hope you help us out on this one. You'll know what to do when the time comes. Give nothing but love today. Give love and throw the rest away. In everything you do and say, give nothing but love. Give love and make somebody smile. Give them strength to walk another mile. You'll feel better all the while. Giving nothing but love. You see, this old world has got you down. Nothing but trouble all around. All you do is wear a frown everywhere you go. You see, you can't even watch the news. Not a single thing there you can use. You just get a big old case of blues. Here's all the news you need to know. Give nothing but love today. Give love and throw the rest away. In everything you do and say, give nothing but love. Give love and make somebody smile. Give them strength to walk another mile. And you'll feel better all the while. Giving nothing but love. You know, the world's made of many parts. A lot of souls and a lot of hearts. And love is where the whole thing starts. You simply must agree. Love's the language that we often speak. It's the food that keeps us at our peak. So when a body starts to feeling weak, we need it fast and free. Give nothing but love today. Give love and throw the rest away. And everything you do and say, give nothing but love. Oh, give love and make somebody smile. Give them strength to walk another mile. And you'll feel better all the while. Giving nothing but love. When faced with divides, we tend to take sides. We're human, that's just understood. And love is the source, so rather than force, let's all get together like we should. Oh yeah, we should. We should. Give nothing but love today. Give love and throw the rest away. In everything you do to say. You give nothing but love. Ooh, give love and make somebody smile. Give them strength to walk another mile. You'll feel better all the while. Give nothing but love, love, love. That's Jim Mooney on the guitar over there. Thank you very much, and the whole band.
Our wonderful house band, Dan and Jim and Fred, and all headed up by Mark. It's just a wonderful thing. Week in and week out, man, they give us the best music, don't they? I love it. I just love it. Thank you. Where are you, Joe? Where do you go? He left, huh? Left town. Thank you, Joe. Now is our time for conscious circulation. It's our opportunity to give back here to this place in support of the ministry here and Spirit done the way you would see it done in the world, because that is what we do. So if you are choosing to give today, or if you choose to give automatically through your bank, through online tithing, I want you to bring it into your consciousness so that you are aware of it, because that's what conscious circulation is about. Standing in the river of God's abundance, knowing your good is already there, knowing you give graciously, you accept gratefully, and you stay in that flow. So let's go to prayer. And know in prayer that Spirit is all there is, and we are that. We are that. Everything that God is. The abundance and the beauty and the balance and the joy and the love and the freedom and the peace, everything that God is flows through us and as us in the world. We get to demonstrate those qualities of God each and every time that we remember who we are. So I give great thanks for the givingness, knowing we stand in that river of God's abundance, and it is endless, it is eternal, it never runs out. God can never run out in our lives. Good is forever surrounding us, pressing itself in against us, and manifesting itself through us and as us in the world, and we are just so grateful all the time. And so it is.
I'm grateful, so thankful, I stand complete in infinite grace, believing, receiving, I celebrate one life in this place. I'm grateful, so thankful, I stand complete, abundant and free, unlimited, unshakable, the all-sufficient source within me. At one in omnipresent Spirit, the source of all supply. My trust and power without limit, my consciousness held high. I'm grateful, so thankful, I stand complete in infinite grace, believing, receiving, I celebrate one life in this place. I'm grateful, so thankful,
And I have a miracle minute for today. This comes to us from Judy. She said her dear dog, Simon, collapsed a few weeks ago, and she thought it was a very aggressive cancerous tumor that was in his belly, and the odds of his survival was grim. Prayer. Special thanks to Reverend Diane and the practitioner corps. A successful surgery restored his health. The tumor turned out to not be a nasty cancer after all. Deciding to proceed with the surgery took some serious moments of prayer and a giant leap of faith. I'm so grateful for these teachings and the supportive community of Vision. Yay, we love that. Thank you so much for sending that in to me, Judy. And I just want to give you that last little quote from Mahatma Gandhi, who said, prayer is not an old woman's idle amusement. Properly understood and applied, it is the most potent instrument of action. So just remember, prayer changes things. It absolutely does. And now it is time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Jim's got a million of those songs, doesn't he? Good job. Hello, everybody online. We continue our meet and greet right after our celebration. Join us for community and some one-on-one prayer with a practitioner. Love to have you be a part of that. For those of us in the room here, too, and those online, Coffee Connection continues Monday through Friday, led by Reverend Lori Sheets. Join her for that, and a group who loves to get together and have coffee. 8:30 in the morning. There's links available on the website. Look into that and see what we got going. Some good group of people who get together for that. This week we're starting our Vision Connections group, which is our first a Sacred Grief Circle, which is led by Reverend Jean Phillips. Reverend Jean, you want to say anything more, or are you feeling good about it? You're good. She's good. By the way, Reverend Jean's talk last week was fantastic. I heard some really, really good reviews, Reverend Jean. That was rocking. Thank you for that. That was good. So join Reverend Jean. She is going to be getting together from 11:30 to 12:30. It's going to be an online group, and she wants anybody who wants to be a part of the Sacred Grief Circle, sign up on the website, and you can get a link for that. So join us for that. Also, Vibe Up Thursday is also going to be starting on Thursday. That's led by Liz Bird. Come on up, Liz. Talk a little bit about it. It's going from 6:30 to 7:30 on Thursday evenings.
Good morning, adorable Vision people. I'm so excited about teaching this class. It's going to fill you up with love and joy using mind-body techniques. And I'm trusting that everybody here has had the experience of having a crush on somebody, where you look at them with soft eyes and a generous heart, and you're all giddy and excited. That's how I want you to feel when you leave this class for yourself. Just bubbling over, because I know Spirit has a big old crush on you. And I want you to feel that and take that into your body. So at the beginning of the class, we're going to let go of stress and worries through some techniques. And then we're going to have the lived experience of joy and love within our body. We're going to move our chi. We're going to do some meditation, some chanting, some visualization. We're going to do some havening, psychosensory healing therapy. Everything's going to be gentle and very easy for you to do. And though we may go quite deep, I promise you it's going to be filled with joy. I'm an inherently silly person. Pretty sure that silliness is a quality of God. Maybe they left it off the list, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to feel a lot of love. So if you're interested, you can sign up online. If you have any questions, if none of this made any sense to you, please talk to me afterwards, and I'd love to share it with you. Thanks.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Liz. So those are our first two Vision Connections groups. So there are small groups that we have put together, and we want you to be a part of this as well. And on May 21st, which is a Sunday afternoon, we're going to be getting together with Mr. Steve Cooper, and we're going to be talking about home groups. Home groups meaning small groups of getting together our community to do more spiritual work. And we want to find people who want to do these at their home, or who would like to be a leader, or if you'd be interested in being a part of that. And we'll talk a little bit more about it as we go down this road. May 21st, put it on your calendar. It'll be right after our celebration, and we are looking forward to getting those groups put together. So there's a psychic fair that's coming this Saturday morning. It's led by Ann DiNapoli. Ann has got in charge of that. Ann wants to tell you a little bit about what we're doing there. It starts at 10 a.m. and it goes till 4, right, Ann?
9 to 4.
9? I said 10.
Oh, well, I guess it's 10.
10, 9.
Yes, I've been telling everybody 9. I'm going to be surprised with people. I have 30 seconds. Anyway, we're having our second psychic fair. We have some new readers. We have some new energy healers. And I really invite you to advertise for us. If you have a Facebook page, you can go on Vision's website, and there's a share link, yes. So anyway, join us. It's lots of fun. And Kathleen Gildred is coming with the Goddess Wear, which I'm wearing today. Yay. So we're excited to see her. So please join us. It's lots of fun. Also, I need greeters. So greeters who greet, I want to see you after. Thanks.
Thank you, Ann. So that's either at 9 or 10. Come either at 9 or 10 this week and join us for that. We've got a class starting up a week from Monday. It's Journey to the Soul. It's going to be led by Hummingbird Dixon. James, you want to give a little brief idea of that?
Am I on yet? There we go. Journey of the Soul is a new class that CSL has come out with over the last year or so, but it's a 6 weeks online. It's an invitation to delve into the inner divinity and also honor and celebrate your own humanity while you're on your path to your higher self or your higher good. So Hummingbird, and I believe Anne is working with Hummingbird. I think they're doing this class together, aren't you? Oh, okay. Anyway, it'll be Monday nights online, so you can get more information on that from on the website.
Very good. Thanks, James. So after our service next week, we are having the blessings of the animals. So if you want to bring by your little pet, your little loved one, your horse, bring your horses, all the animals that you have. Hummingbird Dixon's going to be doing that. You come by and you drive by with your car here, and she'll do a little blessing for that lovely little creature. So if you want to do that, we'll be doing 11:30 next week. So Be the Change, we're continuing to talk about volunteers here at Vision, and want to thank everybody who is a volunteer and who said yes to us. So today I'm highlighting somebody, and it's the birthday girl today. It's Linda Wynn over there. So happy birthday, Linda. And Linda is one of our graders over there. She works for she helps in the grading not each week, but many weeks, and comes here, and she's just this big smile. She always supports us. Linda, thank you, and happy birthday to you today. And Patricia was afraid I was going to mention her one more time, because I've already said Patricia Coughlin 100 times. And it is her birthday this week, because she really freaked out and said, oh no. Happy birthday, Patricia. Core council members. So, you know what? So in July, we vote for a new core council member, and we're looking for a replacement. So if you are interested, you are a member of Vision, and you've taken any of our classes here at Vision, come see us or one of the core council members. You see their names up there. Love to have you be a part of that and share in being a 3-year commitment to being on the core council. So we appreciate all those who have done it, and thank all of the core council members who are currently there. Speaking of our core council members, Rich, you want to come up and talk real quick? He's going to mention, Rich is one of our core council members. He's going to talk about one of his projects he's on.
Hello, I've got a present for you. You see those 2 speaker towers that are on either side, the 20-foot, very impressive, aren't they? You haven't heard them in years. They've been turned off. What you're listening to are the 2 smaller ones that are halfway down on the floor. So we haven't used them in years because we've upgraded all of the audio, video, and sound engineering equipment that we use at Vision. We have 35 separate pieces of gear to give away, including the towers. They contain 6 high-quality laminar speakers, and you can get specs on them and what they contain. I've got a complete catalog, and we're going to give them away to a school, a theater. You can take them home. Sound studios. If you want more information about it, see John or I afterwards. This catalog lists all 35 pieces with the specs on them. They're free to take away. We'd love a love offering in place of them. We need the space more than we need the speakers. So those listening online, just send John an email. He'll give you this catalog. You can share it to your friends, your students, schools, anyone you can think of, another church that might be willing to take them away. We just want the space back. So see me afterwards, see John. Those online, write in and get a copy of the catalog. You can share it with your friends.
Thank you, Rich. See what our core council members do? They come in here and entice you to get these things out of here. Thank you, Rich. So next week, Reverend Patti Paris will be back. Her talk title is The Real Deal, The Real Deal. And we have Mr. Nathan Fry. I want to thank Mr. Joe Rathburn today for his music. Joe did 2 Folky Monkeys this month, as a matter of fact, and we're trying to get Joe a little bit more. So if you've got a show that you've seen at Joe's and you say, I'd like to see that show again, Katie, I'm looking at you. Joe's looking for some great ideas for some shows because we want to start getting Joe and the Folky Monkey back here a little bit more often. So thank you, Joe. And the band rocked it today. You guys were good. Thank you, guys.
Oh, and he's gone. It's off. We're going to stand up and we are going to say our affirmations. They're up on the big screen. They're on your bulletin. Oh, yay. Okay. I love this. You're going to have to take a deep breath because this is the truth. And it's like, ugh. Okay, you ready? You with me? I let go of what I can't change. I surrender to all the good God has for me. The universe has a plan better than mine. Greater. Okay, which one? 3. Okay, 3. The universe has a plan greater than mine. Yeah, that's surrender. Holy moly, that is surrender. So going within one more time here this morning, knowing that Spirit always has a better plan, always has a better way, always has a better, bigger, brighter light to hold up high, to show us a way. That path that we walk, called spiritual unfoldment, is guided and guarded and directed by the divine. When we trust it and allow it, it unfolds perfectly. It rushes up to meet us when we release all resistance to our good, and we know that God is the good, that our life is. Giving great thanks for this, I simply let it be, and so it is.
So it is.